Hi everyone, I'm back. So sorry if you were on with me a few minutes ago and it just went off. It's just tech issues. All my Wi-Fi went, so I had to reboot the modem. So sorry about this. Yeah, it took me about 10 minutes or so to get it back on. So if you were on earlier on, hopefully you can see this again. Hopefully I've pipped up again and you can see me in the cover banner area going live. And you're probably, if you don't know about this, you're probably thinking, what is happening? It's a new feature. So when anybody goes live on LinkedIn now, they should just pop up in their cover banner area and you should see the video. So if anybody wants to come back, please come back. I'm just clicking on the comments now to see if anybody can see this again. Thank you again. Sorry that it cut out. It's the frustration of tech. This is life these days. So I will just do a quick recap. I said I was going to chat about 4 new features and then I'm going to answer some questions. So obviously the timing's gone a bit funny today because of the technical glitch. But I am back and I do these usually from 11 to half 11 British time. And today we'll go on slightly later. So I can see people coming back. Oh, thank you so much. I can see Karen, Jenny, Paul, Damien, Nancy. Thank you so much for coming back. It's so frustrating when tech happens and I don't know what to do. I knew the video went off first, then the audio. And then Andy was really good messaging me saying the chat's still there, but you're gone. And then my whole internet went. So it's the joys of working from home, folks. Okay. So I am back. So hopefully you can see me, and we discovered earlier on this feature is not working on the app. You can only really see people on the desktop when they go live in the cover banner. For some reason it's not coming up on the app at all. And I also quickly mentioned a second feature that's going to be rolling out shortly, which is gender pronouns. And that's going to be an optional part of your profile right opposite your name. So you can put in what pronoun is relevant for you, whether it's he, she, they, whatever you kind of feel is most appropriate for you. You can do that, which is, I think, a good addition and a very inclusive and accessible addition from LinkedIn. So I think that will be really great for people who do I don't want to get into gendering and inclusion and accessibility and everything, but you know what I'm saying. I think it's really good that people can be identified the way that they want to be identified. So that is a good feature that's going to roll out, because currently people are typing it in manually, and it's LinkedIn doesn't really like anything alongside your name. It just prefers your name. So I think if that's a separate section, like your maiden name, that would be better. And the third thing that I was chatting about and then I cut off was there is a new video feature that's going to come, which is going to be connected to your headshot. And LinkedIn themselves have called it the Harry Potter effect. So you can upload a quick video, and when people kind of come to click on you, they can go straight through to a video of your head talking. And I think it's going to be roughly 20 seconds long from what I can see. I may be wrong. I may be able to go longer. From what I've already seen, it looks a similar length to the stories, which are 20 seconds and then they cut out. And I always advise all my clients to create a video. So I do think this is going to be a really good feature. Obviously, the introverts are going to be like, I hate it. But the good news is it's only 20 seconds. So start writing your scripts now. Think how you're going to introduce yourself. And the main thing is smile and eyes. Hi, I'm Jennifer, I'm a LinkedIn trainer. And just spell out exactly who you help. And then just say, if you'd like to connect with me, or if you want to check out my profile, just get in touch. So short and sweet. And I do think it's going to be a great addition for everyone, whether you are an executive or a business owner. I think that's going to be an amazing new feature. I don't know when anyone's going to get it, because LinkedIn changes are always rolled out in beta. You never know when you're going to get it. It will just appear on your app one day. So yeah, that will appear on your app, and it's very similar to the audio recording of your name feature. You'll just be prompted to record. The good thing about this new video feature is that it doesn't have to be super slick. You can just record it on your iPhone. And even the people from LinkedIn who have recorded them, they're just literally iPhone videos, no kind of slick background. You can only really see the head, neck, and shoulders really of you. So you just need lighting, good lighting. You could take it outside if you wanted to as well. And like anything, it's not set in stone. If you do a video and if you hate it, you just change it. You just do another video when you feel like it. So I think that's going to be a really good feature when we get it. And then the last new feature I'm going to talk about today is creator mode. So you might have heard about this coming up. So This is to encourage people to create more content on LinkedIn and to give them more visibility. So basically, you'll be allowed to assign various hashtags to the top of your profile. And these hashtags will denote what you usually speak about. So your favorite topics, and you're allowed to spotlight 5 from what I can see at the moment. And some LinkedIn people have put up 3. So it's good for you to think, what is your content mainly about? What do you talk mainly about? I'm not sure if I'll be able to put up LinkedIn, because LinkedIn, they don't allow you to use the word LinkedIn in the naming of your LinkedIn group or your URL, unless you are actually a LinkedIn employee. So I probably won't be able to use LinkedIn, but things that I talk about a lot are personal branding, stepping up and investing in your personal brand. I also talk about imposter syndrome on LinkedIn. So I think that's going to be one of mine. Accessibility is a big thing for me. I think anybody can be on LinkedIn and make it work for them. So it's a good time for you to start thinking of, what are you going to have for your little video script? And if you do get creator mode, what are the topics that you talk about? What is important to you? Is it inclusion, diversity? What do you talk about? So that will be a really great feature when it is enabled. And again, it will just appear on your profile one day. I believe the creator mode will appear on your dashboard, similar to where your all-star status is. It will just say you've got creator mode and you can just attach it. So these are being rolled out randomly to people across the world, and you could get it quicker than me. Just because I'm a LinkedIn trainer doesn't mean I'm going to get it first. I know a lot of LinkedIn trainers who are still waiting for LinkedIn Live. They've applied like last year. I know a lot of people who have applied for access to the newsletter feature. They're still waiting. A lot of people still don't have the story feature. So there's no rhyme or reason. So I just wanted to quickly touch base on those 4 new features, because I think they're quite exciting. And every month I'll just let you know what's coming up. So thank you. I'm going to scroll through your comments. Yes, Karen, technology gremlins. Can you share a testimonial when given, Jennifer? Yeah, of course you can. It's hard to answer questions when you don't know the full context, but I do think if you are a business owner, by all means, it's great to share social proof. You can do it on the home feed. You could do it on your company page if you've got a separate company page if you're a business owner. You can even share a testimonial in the about summary section of your profile, whether you are an executive or a business owner. It doesn't always have to just be in that recommendation section, because I know a lot of great people have got amazing testimonials, but not everyone's on LinkedIn. I worked with a lovely client, and she worked with Netflix, who are huge, but that person was not on LinkedIn. So I told her to stick that testimonial in her about summary section, and that still has impact as well. So if you ever get a great testimonial and the person's not on LinkedIn, you can stick it in your about area. You can create graphics for it. You can create a video for your testimonials. You can go and ask that person to create a video for you as well, and you could attach that to your summary section or to your current experience section. So yeah, don't be shy to ever share testimonials, because they are independent social proof. I think if you were to do it all the time, people will get really bored. They're like, oh my god, yes, we know you're great. I do see some people and they share them like every day, and you're kind of like, So I think you could even, if you post, say, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, you could make one day your testimonial day. So it could be like testimonial Tuesday or testimonial Thursday or Friday feeling. But I think if you had one day for testimonials, that would be enough, because in general with content, you need to follow the 80-20 rule. So the 80%, 4 days out of 5, you have to be inspiring, informing, educating, giving a lot of value to your network. So sharing valuable information, not self-promotion. And then the 20%, the 1 day out of 5, is the self-promotion. And that could be your testimonial day. So the other 4 days, you have to be creating content that really helps your network, your community, and is not about you selling your services. Okay, so yeah, definitely testimonials, but not all the time. Like I say, one day out of 5 is enough. So I'm going to quickly go through some questions, and sorry again about people who were on earlier and have just jumped back on. Okay, I'm just going to show some of these up on the screen. So Nancy said, may I ask how to find super connectors in other countries? Well, I just think, yeah, there's super connectors everywhere. You will all have them within your network. They are that person who's always facilitating introductions. And I think if you belong to any kind of a network or association for your industry or your business, whether it's a local chamber of commerce or an FSB or a BNI, you will know somebody who is a super connector who's always doing introductions. So I do believe there are people like this everywhere. I'm based in the UK, but I help people around the world. So if you're in America or Canada or Australia, and if you need my help, that's fine. That's the joy of tech. Apart from it breaking down earlier on, the joy of it is when it does work, I can work with anyone around the world. So it'd be good to know what kind of a super connector you want to like find a bit more detail, Nancy. But I think the more you're clear about the type of people you want to find and you know their keywords, it's all about learning how to use the search bar. And you'll find a lot of like super connectors in groups because they might have set up the group. Like myself, I've got my group networking tips with my super connector if any of you want to join that. Or they probably belong to an association or a network, and they're in groups. And it's about leaning into your network as well and asking for introductions. So don't ever be shy to tap into your second degree network and reach out to someone like me and say, hi Jennifer, I see that you're connected to Mark at ABC company, sorry. I'd love if you could give me an introduction. So it's about being brave and tapping into your second degree network, and also becoming a super connector yourself. You know, introducing people in the back end of LinkedIn and Messenger is such a nice thing to do and such an easy thing to do. So if you know somebody that can help somebody else, or you think that they can collaborate or have a synergy, just send them a group message like you would a group email, call it introduction, and introduce them to each other. And likewise, tagging people in and posts on the home feed, either the general home feed or in groups. That's a way of being a super connector. You know, if you see somebody's looking for LinkedIn training, tag me in. You're connecting me to that post then, you know, so don't be shy to be a super connector yourself. So I hope I've answered that, because it's hard when the questions are quite broad. Okay. I think Sarah's saying she's just got her LinkedIn Live, so that's great. Good luck to you. I hope you don't have tech issues like me on Streamyard. I use Streamyard, as you can see, and I do love it. It usually works, but today it actually wasn't a Streamyard issue. It was a Jennifer Wi-Fi issue, so apologies. Okay. I'm going to just quickly see what questions I can see. Oh, okay, Paul has said, this is interesting. Paul said, I can see you on the app this time. So I'm going to scroll and see. No, I still don't have the feature of where you can see the video and the cover banner. Maybe later. Okay, well, thanks for sharing anyway. That's good. And I'm obviously Damien saying I'm back on the banner. So I hope that if you do, maybe this will get you all thinking about LinkedIn Live, and I can share the link afterwards about how to apply for it, because I think it will become more popular now, because you will see people like me going live in the cover banner. And if anybody wants it, you have to apply. It's not like Instagram Live or Facebook Live where you automatically get it. So you apply and you position your LinkedIn Live like a show. You have to fill out a quick form for LinkedIn, and then they get back to you. All I will say is, if you do apply, be prepared to apply several times. I got it on the third try. It took me a few months to get it. I know one trainer, it took them 7 times. So be resilient and try and try and try again. You will be asked to share examples of previous videos. So whether you've been doing Facebook Lives or Instagram Lives or YouTube or Vimeo, anything like that, share it, because then they can see you've already done lives. And like I said, position it like a TV show and all about how you're going to help your community. And hopefully you'll get it. But all I will say is be prepared to apply again, again, and again. Okay, let me see now what questions. Okay. Oh, it's a good question about the introduction. So Najas has said, do you ask permission before you do introductions, or do you just connect? It's completely up to you. I'm a bit cheeky. I just do it direct. I suppose probably because when I do it, I know about people, and I know I like them. I know they're going to like each other. They're like minds. But if you're not sure, you could message the people separately and say, Mary, I'm thinking of introducing you to Joe. Joe's is this. And then likewise. So it's a personal choice. I suppose I just feel confident enough to just do it straight because I know the people. But maybe if I didn't, I'd do it individually. Okay, so tagging in group chats is a way of bypassing asking permission then. I do think it is a nice thing to do. As for tagging, it's just if you saw a post on your feed and people were looking for somebody with a particular skill set, maybe like now, yes, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, I always get it wrong. If it's website design or creating logos, they could tag you in because that's what you do. And that, you'd really appreciate that shout out. The only thing with tags is they don't always work. So I would say if you do know somebody and you think, God, this is perfect for them, always share it to them as a direct message as well, because you could tag them on the home feed or in a group, but they don't see it. So I would always follow up with a direct message and say, look, check this out. This is a good post for you. You might get some leads here, or this could be some good business for you. So I would always do that. But as for the introductions, it's up to you whether you want to ask for permission. Maybe I'm cheeky, but I just think LinkedIn is a tool. It's a networking tool, and I use it like that, whereas a lot of people second guess themselves and overthink themselves. To me, networking is a win-win. It's about how can I help you? How can you help me? How can we help each other? So I think if you're always trying to help people, they can't really take offense if you are introducing them. You're not saying, look, you have to work together. You're just saying, look, I think you should have a chat. And if they have a chat and if they're not the right fit, that is absolutely fine. There's no problem there. It's just a simple introduction. It's not like a recommendation, really. Think about it this way. If you're at a face-to-face event and I'm there and I'm chatting to maybe Andy, and then Nayas comes over, I'll go, Nayas, Andy, Nayas. I'm not saying you have to work together. I'm just doing an introduction. So everybody's different, and we know this, introverts, extroverts, everybody networks differently. Somebody might go, oh, I didn't want this introduction. I wish they'd asked me privately, but somebody else will be like, oh, this is amazing. So sadly, I don't have the time to second guess everybody. If I think I'm helping, I'll do it. If they take offense, that's life. I just move on. I've tried to help. So I think if you've got that good intention of a win-win and you're trying to help people genuinely, just do it. Don't overthink yourself. Don't second guess yourself. Thank you, Tori. I'm not the Wi-Fi star today, though, with it breaking down. Okay, Fiorenza, you applied once to LinkedIn Live, never heard back. Don't feel bad. I applied 3 times. Get back on there. If you can find the old reference that you had before, put that in and say, this is my second time applying. I'm really keen. It's like anything, just be persistent. I've won quite a few awards in my life, but I didn't always win them first time round. So a few of the awards I've won, I was shortlisted the first year. Actually, I tell a lie. First year I got nowhere. Then I was shortlisted. Then I was a finalist. Now, and when I was a finalist, I was happy, but I was still a bit like, I wanted to win. So I went back for 2 that I was a finalist before and won. So persistency does pay off. Okay, just do it when you're feeling confident and you want to apply. Just do it. So definitely, don't be like LinkedIn Live. Just keep applying, keep driving them mad. You'll get it eventually. Okay. Nancy again. Do I use the voice messaging feature? Do I find it effective? Yes, I do. I mix it a lot with written messages. I love audio, especially with lockdown hair. It is perfect. I have the remnants of a cold sore as well, so I don't need to worry about that when I use audio. So I mix it in with written messages. So obviously when you reach out to connect with someone first, when you find someone, you have to do a personalized written note to say why you want to connect. Then when they connect with me, I've got the choice of going straight in for an audio or for a written. I do it depending on the person. I'm speaking at an event in a few weeks, a summit for consultants, if anybody wants to check it out. So I recently reached out to all the fellow speakers, and I think most of them, when they connected, I did an audio because I know they'll be up for that because they're speakers. And sometimes it's a lot quicker than thinking, what am I going to write in this message? And you can just send a quick 10-second audio and say, hi, Mary, great to link up with you. Really looking forward to the summit. Can't wait to hear your talk. Wishing you a lovely day. Take care. Short and sweet. It's personalized. People hear your voice. Clubhouse is so popular at the moment because it's audio and it's voices. I don't personally get the hype about Clubhouse because you've got audio on LinkedIn and I like using it over here. A new feature that LinkedIn's going to bring out is a kind of a Clubhouse feature in the future. I'm not really sure what it's going to consist of, but audio is popular. Podcasts are popular. So many people listen to podcasts. And I suppose it's the kind of thing you don't need to worry about what you look like, and you can just be yourself, as opposed to a copy and paste message. But yeah, I find it really effective at moving the conversation along a lot quicker. Nobody ever ignores when I send them an audio message or a video message, but they will ignore a written message because we're so sick of being bombarded by written messages that we just switch off. So when somebody takes the time to create an audio, it's just for you, it's personalized, it's, you know, it's not a copy and paste, it's not a sales message. Well, it shouldn't be ever a sales message, but yeah, I think they're great. So let me have a look. Okay. So Amy, don't worry if you missed the start, because I actually did go live earlier on and then I had tech issues. My Wi-Fi went, so I had to start again. So I am using Streamyard for my live on LinkedIn, and there are several third-party platforms that you can use. I think the two most popular are probably Streamyard and Restream. I just prefer Streamyard, and the good thing about it is you can stream live to LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube at the same time. You can also download the video as an MP3 file if you wanted to make it into a podcast after. And I like that you can brand your StreamYard. So you can see I've got it in my brand colors at the top, my navy and gold, and my logo. I could just have the free version, which just has the StreamYard logo in the corner, but I'm a massive advocate of personal branding and, you know, investing in the power of your brand and your logo and your brand colors and everything. So for me, it's important to have the branded version of StreamYard. What I can do after is, if anybody wants to try out the branded version of StreamYard, I have an affiliate link where you get $10 off your first month. So you could try it out yourself. I think I pay like $18-19 a month to have the branded version, but you could just use the free. But for me, I want people to see my branding, so when I go live, I want them to kind of go, that's Jennifer, that's Jennifer's colors, that's her brand. So for me, it's a worthy expense. So StreamYard is what I'm using. So I'm going to hide that. And I'm aware we're on for 24 minutes now. I will do a half an hour, so just think of earlier on as a bonus 7 minutes, because yeah, it was a bit of a disaster when it cut off. So I'm going to answer questions for the next 5 minutes. So just bear with me a sec. I'm just going to quickly stick this up here as well. And the thing about LinkedIn Lives is they are a great opportunity to learn, but they're also a great opportunity to network. You know, if I go to any kind of an event, whether it's face-to-face or virtual, if I see anybody interesting at the event, I reach out and connect. So don't be shy. If you like the look of each other, check each other out, you know, have a bit of a cyber stalk, because you might be able to help each other. You might be able to collaborate, and then you just reach out and you just say, you know, hi, we were both at Jennifer's LinkedIn Live earlier on. Great to connect with you. You've already got something in common. You both want to learn about LinkedIn. So they are like, for me, LinkedIn is not, it is social media, but I don't think of LinkedIn as social media. I think of LinkedIn as a social network. It is the biggest professional network in the world, and we're all primarily on LinkedIn to network. So definitely check out the people who attend these events, because you will be like minds. If you go to any kind of an event, it's a great way to build your network. So a slight little rant about connecting. Okay, bear with me a sec. So Nancy and Fiorenza are asking, Nancy said, do you change your profile picture periodically? And then Fiorenza's saying about your cover picture. Profile headshot, I would do every few years. I recently had new headshots done in October, and the ones before that were nearly 4 years old. So I was starting to age. So I had to get real. So I think as long as you look like yourself, unless you could have to change them quicker, maybe you cut your hair off or you've embraced the grey. Unlike myself, well, my grey is in there whether I'm embracing it or not. If you start to wear glasses, or maybe you start to wear a hat or whatever, then get a new one if that's, you know, connected to your brand. But I think you can usually get a few years out of a headshot, and I try to, you know, that new one I will use for a few years. I will milk that, and that will be shared everywhere for consistency. The thing about cover banners, you can mix it up. You know, if you wanted to spotlight an event coming up, or maybe you're launching a new program, there's no reason why you can't alternate. You could have a new cover banner for each month if you wanted to. You could have a new cover banner for each season, or every time you launch a group program or whatever. It's not set in stone. The same with your headline. You can mix these things up and switch around the keywords. They're not set in stone. But in relation to their headshot photo, I wouldn't be changing it every day, because people will get confused and be like, oh. So for consistency's sake, I would say keep the same profile photo for a year at least, or a few years. You know, I know one lady, very lucky lady, and her photo is about 12 years old, but she still looks the same, so she can get away with it. If you get away with it, go for it, you know. But it is a bit like online dating. You want to look like the person. You don't want somebody to meet you in real life or on a Zoom and go, oh, they don't look like that. When I had my first shoot, I had quite a bit of airbrush with the lines. Now I'm just kind of embracing the lines. So yeah, you can switch the cover photo, but I would say keep the headshot for a while. Okay. Hi, Simon, from Dublin. Okay. Any tips on working with LinkedIn groups? They seem a little hidden. Yeah, they are a bit clunky to find. So the way you find LinkedIn groups, there's a few different ways. One is the search bar. So if you want to find my group, Networking Tips with My Super Connector, just type it in the search bar. It should come up. Or if you know certain keywords for your industry, use the search bar. So many people do not use the search bar on LinkedIn. You all use it on Google. Use the search bar on LinkedIn, because it's just the exact same. It's all at the touch of your fingertips. Another way you can find LinkedIn groups is if you bring up your profile on the desktop or the app, and you click onto the home feed, the little house icon at the top, and you scroll down. On the left-hand side, you'll see shortcuts. You'll see shortcuts for groups, events, and hashtags. So you can see all your groups through there. Another way to see your groups, there's 4 ways to find them. Another way to find your groups is bring up your profile, scroll to the very end to your interest section, and you can click through into your groups in that section and find them there. And then the last way, the way that we're all kind of supposed to find them, which is really clunky and confusing, is go along the top menu bar, go past your head, your me and the drop down, and go to the next box beside called work. Click on the work, and then groups are on the second line. And when you click in there, you see all of your groups on the left hand side, then all the groups that you've requested right beside it, and then you have the option to create a group right beside it. Tips with working with LinkedIn groups: if you want to create your own group, just be clear as to why. Like, my group's all about giving advice on LinkedIn. I think if you know how you want to help your community, spell that out in the group description, spell it out in the name, spell it out in the rules. Just be clear of your goal. Why are you using it? It's a bit of a vague question, so I'm not really sure, but hopefully I've told you how to find them so they won't feel hidden anymore. I have created a video on LinkedIn groups, and I made a video for Amazon, their small business training accelerator, and I'm happy to share the link with you. It's a very short video. It's about 7-8 minutes long, and it's all about working groups. So I'm happy to share that with you, Simon, or I can stick it in the feed after. So we're nearly at 30 minutes, guys, so I am going to wrap it up. So thank you so much for coming. Oh, I can see a few more questions. I'm sorry, I hate to keep people hanging, but it's just because I've I've gone on earlier on, and now today I have to kind of wrap it up because I've got something coming up. But thank you, and sorry if I didn't get to answer your question today. Please join my group, Networking Tips with My Super Connector, and you can ask a question in there if you feel like you want to go in there. It's a safe space. It's all about LinkedIn. So definitely go in there. Otherwise, I will see you. I will see you next month, and hopefully no tech issues. And thank you for coming back and joining me for the second go. I really appreciate it. And if you need any of those links, so how to apply for LinkedIn Live or the link to the video, the group training, anything like that, please follow me up. Don't be ever shy to direct message me after, or go into the event page for this and say, I want this. So I think I will actually share the links in the event page, and I can share them in my group as well. So if anyone else is left hanging, just reach out and direct message me, because I don't want to leave anyone hanging. And I'm going to say goodbye. And thank you so much for tuning in to both, if you did, or for this first or second one. So take care, guys, and I'll see you next month, where I'll have much better hair and hopefully no cold sore, and exciting times for the UK next week. I've got my hair booked in, and I hope you all have too. Okay, take care. See you.